Well, that wasn't great either. College football playoffs, 2 for 2 in blowouts, and 2 for 2 in a lot of folks, including the one chatting right now, wondering if the college football playoff committee needs to take a look at admitting teams to these playoffs based solely on win-loss record. I don't know, man. I don't know if there's going to be an answer to this or not. If we'll forget about it because maybe Texas Clemson will be more of a game, even though it's 5-12. Clemson did win its conference and was ranked lower than the SMU team that showed up in Penn State today and got boat raced, got pick sixed all over the place. And clearly, at one point, the broadcast was pointing out how you could fit 3 different full capacity stadium sized crowds from their home field into Penn State's home field. And, I don't know if it's just picking on teams that aren't so called blue bloods or it's picking at the final results with 2020 hindsight. But the college football playoffs first 2 games, highly anticipated games, weren't games at all. And Notre Dame and Penn State move on. And we're left to be sitting here wondering if the college football playoff committee next year should use these mental notes right now. And I understand it would create a big furor if teams with worse records are let in just because of what schools they're, representing. But they are representing conferences that, overall might be tougher, better. I got a lot of pushback. I could see those comments from Indiana fans last night when I said Indiana didn't look ready for prime time and Alabama had to be sitting at home saying we could do better. And then I got all sorts of pushback as to who Alabama lost to and who Alabama did win and didn't play and scheduled and what cupcakes they had. I mean, everybody's got cupcakes. Everybody has cupcakes. They've got cupcakes within their conference. They've got cupcakes out of conference that maybe they schedule a little bit too much and that should be used against them. I don't know. But maybe just a little bit of the eye test and the smell test and the whole idea of like, okay, in this day and age where 2 NFL games are going on against 3 college football playoff games, in this day and age where, you know, people might not watch because they're interested in other things, that these are television shows too. And the first 2 games kind of stunk. That said, look forward to seeing Penn State versus Boise State, Ashton Genty versus this Penn State defense. That Abdul Carter man is the real deal. He's a grown ass man, and we're going to be seeing him on Sundays, like all of these other Nittany Lions that have come from the pass rush in Happy Valley to the NFL. It should be fun. And, to all of my Ohio State friends sitting there complaining that Penn State got a cushy SMU game at home and now is going to be taking on Boise State, just assuming, Boise State's a lesser opponent because of what conference they're from. And I know that dovetails into a lot of what I've been saying through these first 2 reaction videos coming off of the first 2 college football playoff games. But listen, maybe you should have beaten Michigan. We'll see what happens with the Buckeyes in Tennessee, assuming that should be more competitive along with this Texas Clemson game about to settle into while I'm watching the end of Kansas City versus Houston. Man, I'm loving all this football. Hope everybody's getting a hall pass like I am today. All right, chatting again soon. Congrats to Penn State. And by the way, Penn State and Boise State, in case you're wondering, playing in the Fiesta Bowl, they've never played each other before. And I guess that's what this college football playoff is about. Start bashing teams that you'd never see on the same field against each other in a do or die game to make the semifinals. But we have 6 of the Elite 8 set. You got Georgia and you got Boise State, knowing that they're going to be taking on Notre Dame and Penn State, with Arizona State and Oregon awaiting who they're going to be playing. Some fun, but I'd like to see some competitive games. You know what I'm saying? Chat later.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.